Hi guys, Jack here. Today I want to discuss main financial information and I want to discuss the four different types of people that make up the workforce of society, that basically the four different types of ways that you can earn money in today's society. Okay, there's a left hand side of this quadrant and there's a right side. Okay, just drawing it out here very quickly before I start this video, if you can just look at it there. Okay, you've got E, B, S and I. Okay, this I'll just discuss this side first. Okay, the E's and the B's. Okay, you got the E's, which are employees, the S's, which are self-employed, the B's, which are business owners, and the I, which are investors. Okay, the E's first. Okay, that's basically where you don't want to be if you want financial freedom. Okay, it's possible if you mind your own business and you invest a lot of your salary wisely into, I don't know, funds and property and stock market and that type of stuff, if you know what you're doing, have good cash flow, real estate, that type of stuff. But it'll take a lot longer because you need to trade a lot of your hours for a wage, for your salary, so that's probably the E's would definitely make up most of the working population in the world. The S's are next. Okay, again, the left hand side of the quadrant, where you don't want to be, where it's way more difficult to experience financial freedom. The S's would be self-employed, dentists, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, builders, all that type of stuff. Again, people get mixed up that they get the S's mixed up with B's. It's totally different. A proper B, which is business, is you own a business, but you do not need to own it. You do not to be there at all. Never. You have actually great people under you running your business. And people get that mixed up with S's sometimes, and there's a huge difference. An S is a person that basically just owns a job. They don't own any business. They are their business. They are their job, and they need to be there. It's the same as a job essentially, and as an E. That's why it's at that side of the quadrant. But if an S walks away from his job or from what he's doing, no money comes in, and that's basically tells you it's not a proper business, So we'll move over to the right hand side of the quadrant, and a B is a business, okay, which is here. Okay, B, business. Okay, business should be at least 5-10 employees. You do not need to be there. The business makes money consistently whether you are present or not. Very powerful. So if you're here at the moment, you should be trying to make that journey if you want financial freedom. Otherwise you're going to be working like an employee for the rest of your life, and only really get to enjoy your life in your older years, when you're not as fit as you are at the moment. I is here. Okay, again, proper side of the quadrant are investors. Okay, there's a lot of investors, so you could basically have an awful lot of investments on your portfolio, your property portfolio, and that's actually paying you. Now that's a great sign of a rich person, because I could have 100 properties on my portfolio making me money 24/7 with rents, and I do not need to work, so it's money working for me while I'm doing nothing, so that's why you want to get over to this side of the quadrant. Very important. Okay, now the easiest way to get over to this side of the quadrant is definitely a B. The best thing you can do is definitely start a business in your life if you want financial freedom, because then the two of these are linked, because all you do is you invest your profits into your investments. Okay, that's basically how to become financially free. Everybody does it. No matter if your business is doing 10 million a year, you still want to invest your profits, so ultimately all profits end up from investments. That's just a matter of fact. So before, to start a business was very difficult, because if you wanted to open up a storefront or your own shop or your own garage, your own business in a high street district in a capital city in the world, or in a city in your state or country, it was always very expensive. You need to buy the shop or rent a shop, and you need to insurance, you need to buy the stock, and it can be very, very expensive. That's why it's very hard for people to transfer from the left hand side of the quadrant to the right hand side of the quadrant. But the great thing now, especially with the internet and network marketing combined, is that you can start a business for very, very, very little money. So you can have your own internet network marketing business where you can get in for maybe 50, $100. What you would need is, you would need an autoresponder, you would need a website, and you would need to be part of a network marketing opportunity, basically something to promote for you to get commissions, and you're in business. And that's the beauty nowadays, is that you can get over to that right hand side of the quadrant while you're still working your job, and do it part-time until you're earning enough income to leave your job altogether. And if that interests you, okay, on my blog jackofoley.com, you will see my network marketing opportunity. You can have a sneak peek of it for $2. You'll see it on the right hand side of the page. And if you want to drop me any line on email, I'm on jackfoley101@gmail.com. But again, I repeat, if you want financial freedom in your life, try and get over to the right hand side of the quadrant as quickly as possible, because on the left hand side you'll never make enough money to give you the freedom financially that you want to achieve. Okay, I hope you got something valuable from that video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.